Do you blur the lines between sales and marketing? Sales and marketing are two distinct forms of communication, both designed to do business, but in different ways. Sometimes the behaviors are confused at the point of when do you turn from marketing to a sales conversation. So if you're a solopreneur, you're out there, you're doing your marketing and your sales all on your own. Let's look at some of those things that possibly distract or blow up your sales conversation because you haven't taken off your marketing hat and you haven't put on your full sales hat. They're not the same buckets for conversation, communication, and bringing clarity to the buyer's mind about what's going on. So let's look at 5 ways that you might be blurring the lines in your conversations. And when you blur the lines, then you're less likely to make that sale. I'm Marla Copal. I'm a sales skills expert. I've helped people make over 50 million in revenues. And if you want to know more, I invite you to hit this link below, hit subscribe, and then later on, look for the special I have for you in the description. So here's one of the things that many people do after they've been marketing for themselves. They have all the facts and the benefits down about the product, but they over-explain it. Like keep going on and on, like, oh, wait a minute, I should tell you this. And oh yeah, I think you also want to know this. Stop. If you're in a sales conversation after somebody has already seen your particular post, your funnel, your flyer, something else, that in sales, you don't need to tell them anything else. They're already attracted. You did your marketing job. They got attracted. Now in sales, you want to find out what was the motivation, what was the desire, what was the need, what prompted them to take action today, because something created a form of urgency in order for them to connect with you. It doesn't have to be high urgency, but it was urgency because they took action. So make sure that you don't keep giving them information because they've already decided to have a conversation with you. So have the conversation. Secondly, excessive use of jargon or complex language. Like I do have a number of products that I personally sell, and they're all involved around communications, but they're automated communications that I want to do so that I can get into more warm conversations. But when I'm explaining those particular jargon-based type products in which we use things like AI, BI for business intelligence, we use not only the acronyms, but whatever jargon our trainer used, who's very code savvy or very technically savvy, we need to not use that when we're having our sales conversation. Because if people don't understand you, they most often won't ask. And if you overuse your excessive knowledge, then you're being superior to them. People either do one of 2 things. They take offense at that, or they just go, this is so over my head, I'll never get it. So you again will lose the sale. So beware of exactly what it is you want to say. And be leery of all those terms that everybody uses. Make it simple, make it clear. People buy clarity, not jargon. So if you're using jargon because it makes you feel good and you really haven't worked on all the other ways that you could describe your product, then it's time to sit down and go back for more. Next, you don't want to dominate the conversation. Now in marketing, when you're putting your sales posts out there, you're commenting back and forth on Facebook, you're advertising, you're using SEO, you're making videos like this for YouTube. Well, you're monopolizing the conversation because if it weren't for you, there would be no message, right? However, at the point of a sales conversation, that's not the time for a message. That's the time to actively listen, hear their tone of voice, hear their urgency, hear the things that they're saying, but maybe they haven't even formulated into an idea yet about a need. They may be saying something about, well, I don't have enough time to do this or this, but I also am worried about this or this. somewhere in that combination of explanation that they're giving you, you might be able to come back with one or two or more values that are missing in their life that they're trying to replace. It's up to you to rephrase that content that they gave you and make it work for the conversation with the buyer you have in front of you. So for instance, if someone's buying insurance from me, I don't sell insurance now, but I have in the past. If they're buying insurance from you, they might just be saying, well, I just need the price and I got to get this going. We're going on vacation and my policy's going to expire while I'm on vacation. So I want to be sure that I'm all covered. Great. Well, when was the last time you did a review? You're going to ask them. And if it was been 10 years, then you're going to suggest to them that maybe their financial risk is a little higher now because things have changed in their life. They own a home, whatever that is, and that traveling on the road, their timing is impeccable, but let's get them safe for their road trip and let's get them safe for the things that maybe they could have done sooner, but you don't make them feel bad. So when you have that type of a conversation with them, there's no reason to pitch the insurance, bring up another company, discuss the value of your company versus this or that, because marketing did that. You're now into the sales conversation, you're actively listening, you're going to provide them the coverages that they need and want, or maybe you're going to increase them because they aren't fully protected. And then you're going to go ahead and relate their potential purchase to their needs, not what the marketing said. So also there's too many call to action sometimes people are making. You all get used to doing calls to action, say when you're in making your posts and making your ads and doing your funnels. There's lots of calls to action in there, but you can do too many. Be sure when you're on the sales side that you're making it clear that you are making the major offer once or twice. And then you have to decide, is it appropriate to upsell or not? Because some people, if they're already stressing over making this one decision, then an upsell timing would be rather poor right now for them. If you've got someone who's eager, who's talking about a lot of things and how this is going to get them started on this, they'll probably almost talk themselves into the upsell. But be careful that you don't go market something that they're not ready for. If you feel that they had a hard time making the decision based on what it is you're selling, and you really want to consider whether or not that particular upsell is for them. And I believe we've already talked about this, but you tailor the conversation to the buyer. But let me talk about one thing that always seems to irritate me in this particular industry is the word pitch. A pitch is actually your marketing. Those are always pitches that are getting people's attentions, whether you're doing a video, whether you're doing a post, whether you're doing some kind of artwork, funnel, emails, those are all pitches. When you're in a sales conversation, that is a conversation. And a conversation means it's a two-way street. It's no longer the time to pitch. They already caught the ball, or they would not be talking with you now in this conversation. So go ahead and again, actively listen. Figure out how you're going to engage differently. You know all that you know about the product, but now is the time you only bring up the items, the specifics about your product that appeal to them initially. You have to hear what they said. Why did their ad prompt them? You ask that question. What prompted you to call? And there you get all the information you need to run that full sales conversation, as long as you keep asking open-ended questions and verifying that you have clarity on what their need is. Remember, in marketing, you want their attention. And in sales, you have to give your attention to them. Two big distinctions. Don't use pitch, but move to a conversation. Go ahead and try to get them to listen to you, but when they're there talking with you, you listen to them. So I'm Marla Copal, and I look forward to you watching on the next YouTube channel. Hit that like button and subscribe. And then go ahead in the link below and look for my gift for you.